Now the formula you wrote down, the only thing we haven't included in that is your assignment fee. So whatever your maximum allowable offer is, right? Then we got to take off. I always start with 10 grand, knowing that I'll settle for what? 5. If the paperwork's done, I'll settle for 2. I mean, it's already done. The work's done, right? So I'll settle for 5 grand. My first offer is always 50% or less than my maximum allowable offer. My first offer is always 50% or less than my maximum allowable offer. And my maximum allowable offer is 180 grand. My first one's going to be what? It's going to be about 80. And you know what? If they say yes when I say 80, I'll swallow my pride. I'll move on because I know I got a good deal, yeah? The chances of them saying yes are what? Slim to none. Now, those of you that have databases, in 2 years from you getting started in this business to you working this business, 60 to 70% of your business should be coming directly from your databases. If it's not, you're not running your business correctly. You're not growing. Now, 3 of you said you had databases of buyers, right? I don't care what market I am in America, the quickest way to build a buyer's database overnight is to run this ad for a week in your paper. Handyman special, must sell, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, hurry, price right, gotta sell, losing, help. You put that ad in the paper, who's going to call on that ad? Every Tom, Dick, and Harry, and Melissa, and Amy. That's an investor, that's a rehabber, that's a contractor that buys stuff themselves to fix up. And that 2-day that we do in Norfolk, we're going to go over some scripts on how to weed out your tire kickers from your 2 true cash buyers. And there's ways to weed out your tire kickers from your true cash buyers. There's ways to ask questions to see if people are lying. I do it all the time. The number one best way, the quickest way is this. If I say, how quickly can you close? And they tell me they can close in 2 to 3 weeks, are they a cash buyer, yes or no? What do you all think, yes or no? Sure. The answer is no. They're trying to buy 2 or 3 weeks to assign it to somebody else. The answer I want to hear from educated, true investors is title work done? Or as soon as what? Title work is done. To me, that proves they're serious. They know the game. They know how it's played. Hey, I'll close as soon as title work's done. I also know that in today's times, title work ain't getting done in a week or 2. But I also know how to answer questions, and I want to hear answers to people that truly play this game. So what I'll do is I'll tell all the people, even some tire kickers, because I want to get to know them, this is what I say to them, verbatim. Go ahead and meet me there Sunday morning, whatever morning it is, at 9 o'clock with your $1,000 non-refundable blank cashier's check. And when I mean blank, I mean where it says to pay the order of. So meet me there Sunday morning, 9 o'clock, with your $1,000 non-refundable blank cashier's check. I want it blank, that way if they don't like the property, they can put their name on it and deposit it right back in their what? Account. They don't have to pay that cancellation fee. Try to make this as simple as it can be. But at the same time, this is the only time I advocate any of you being late. And what I'll do is I will hang out down the road. As I'm hanging out down the road, I'm watching everybody show up right at the exact what? At the same time. So at 9:05, I'll pull up, I'll jump out of the vehicle, and I just say, good morning. Who was here first? And then I keep my mouth shut. this is why I'm constantly testing you. If somebody raises their hand and says, yeah, I was here first, and they're lying, the whole mob turns on them. And now I know they're a liar, and I will never do what? It's just the way I am. But typically that doesn't happen. Typically people are honest, and we're keeping honest people what? And whoever was there first gets to go what? In first. And then we go in that order. They're in, we're looking at it, John, listen, I'll explain to them. I don't own the property. I have it under contract. Are you familiar with what? Assignments. Why am I doing that? I'm not only testing them, I'm not only listening to them, but I'm making sure that they are familiar and they know how to play this game. So I have it on your contract, cheap enough, John. You told me you'd like to make $20,000, $25,000 on every deal. Is that right? I have it cheap enough to where you can make 30. Do you and you guys think you can get all the work done for 30 grand? And would you like to make 30? And then I'll tell him to go stand out by his vehicle and not say a word to anybody. It's his deal, but I'm going to bring a couple more people in to get at least 3 backup offers. And I'll tell him this. I'm getting 3 backup offers just in case you don't show up for what? Closing. But your backup offers become $100 refundable. His is $1,000 what? And yours is $100 what? Make sense?
Why would I want to give up $1,000 on my cash?
You intend on closing on the deal, right?
Yeah, but
Okay. Then I just won't do business with you. I want people that are serious. Just like when a bank asked me to put $1,000 down, I intend on closing on the deal, yes or no? But anything can happen, so I lose a grant. So we didn't out people when it comes down to it. No, it's non-refundable. Listen, there's no time to play here. This is big boy games. This isn't amateur hour. And that's why I'm saying I weed out my tire kickers for my true what? Cash buyers. I know who's serious. This is business. Make sense? But Michael, we have our escape clauses to protect what? Us. Make sense? We lose our earnest money. Well, not really. Ours was $100 what? Refundable. Theirs is $1,000 what? So if they don't show up, I keep their money, then I move on to backup offer number what? 1. Backup offer number what? 2. It's up to me if I really want to keep their money or not. Typically, if they have a good reason, I'm going to give it back to them anyway. I'm not in the business of just taking people's money. Make sense? But if they just disappear and they don't communicate with me, I'm keeping their what? Their money. I can ask for more time. I can go back to the owner and say, listen, I really thought I could get this done in 3 weeks. We're having problems with title work, Larry, we're going to need another 2 weeks. Or this guy said he could perform, he couldn't. I have somebody ready to perform, but they're going to need another what? I can remarket the property. Maybe I did not like the response I got from that buyer's list. So maybe I want to put it in another newspaper, or I want to put it in a different section of town. That handyman special ad. I've saved all the contact names, meaning this. Before you walk to the threshold of that property, I have a clipboard typically nailed on. And on that clipboard, you need to write your name and at least your email address. I have a spot for cell phone numbers, but if you don't want to write a cell phone, I get it. But at least your name and your what? Email address. If you're not willing to write your name and your email address, you're not coming in my property. It's just the way it is. And the reason I do that is 2 reasons. A, I want to know who showed up versus who what? Said they were going to show up. And number 2, I'm as nosy as they come. If I'm driving through a neighborhood and there's people standing in somebody else's front yard, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to get out and I'm going to go stare at someone's front yard to see what's going on, yeah? Point being is, I wasn't supposed to be there. I'm going to go walk through the house. I'm going to write my name and my what? Contact, email, my cell phone on the clipboard. So I know I'm doing that to get on somebody else's buyer's list. People will do that to you to get on what? Yeah. So you're constantly building your what? Your list. Say Tammy, and I'll compare it too. Say Tammy said she was going to come, and she never showed up. I'll call her. I say, Tammy, what happened? I didn't see you there. Mark, you'll never believe this. On my way there, I got 3 flats. Does life happen? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Just because people don't show up doesn't mean they're not interested. They're not hitting the snooze button one time too many. When it comes to common wholesale mistakes, buying in war zones. Again, there are people that buy in war zones. That is their niche. I know a lot of them. I have a database full of them. I just don't want you playing in that arena. Paying too much, working with the wrong agents, letting money or lack of money hold you back. We're not using any of our own money, maybe $100 of ours, right? So why would you be worried about money? Our own credit, we're not using our own credit, are we? Our end user's the one taking the deal down. Not making enough offers and not building a database. You've got to make offers. You've got to put things out there. You can't sit on your asset and expect things just to fall out of the water. It's work. Make no mistake about it. It is a business. It's work. But would you rather work for somebody else, making somebody else rich, living their dream, or would you rather make your own? That's what it comes down to.
It's enjoyable.
It's a job. It's a job that I love
It's
doing.
not always enjoyable. It's freedom.
And then not building a database. If you don't have people to sell the property to, you're stuck. So what I typically do is when I'm moving into a new market, I put the daggone ad in the paper first before I even get there, a week or so before I even get there. And when they call, I say, you know what, that property is no longer available. However, where do you buy it? What area? What price point? So that way when I get there, I also not only what? Have a database, I know where people are buying, so now I can go look at those areas myself and see if they fit in my what? Formula. Make sense? Yes or no?
Good.
With that being said, I don't know, after Wednesday, I was thinking about this as I was going through the real life real estate CD series as I was presenting it. I was going through this later that night, and I was thinking, I don't know how to limit this down. Because when you think about it, I have 30 hours on those 8 CDs. 30 hours of my advanced workshop, 3 days on those 8 CDs. And I was just thinking, I mean, all the stuff we covered, from mindset to the stocks of incomes, the circle of wealth, I mean, there's a whole section in there. How many of you ever thought you could use credit cards to buy real estate with, yes or no? And how many of you know how to float those cards and never have to make another payment again until you're ready, legally, morally, and ethically? Increasing monthly cash flow and decreasing monthly stress. And I have a whole hour and a half, I have a whole chapter in Kangaroo Millionaire of how to do that. Establishing credit repair, using your self-directed Roth IRAs, equities, with locating these owners, targeting these neighborhoods. I mean, I don't know there's any way I can shorten all this down to get the point across. Well, with that being said, how about combining what we just talked about with assignments with short sales? Can we assign short sales, yes or no? You want to talk about changing that 5 to 10 up to 20 to 30,000? You never own the property? Are you kidding me? There are 5 types of financing, which I think I'll touch on after lunch. Structuring the deal. How about lease options? How many of you are interested in lease options? Let me ask you this. How many of you like to buy property using none of your own money, none of your own credit, and get on an average $300 to $400 cash flow every month, and not really have to use your own money and your own credit? I mean, you do 10 of those in the next year. At the end of the year, for some of you, that's your monthly paycheck, tax-free. And there's 7 different ways to do it. Have you started listening to your CDs yet? There's 10 steps to success, all about rehabbing, which we're going to cover after lunch, but asset protection. How many of you have your own entities? Now, let me ask you this, how many of you own property? In your name. So we'll just flap it out in the wind. Anyway, when it comes to this package, as I was saying Wednesday night, it's all 8 CD series. We're also going to do 4 40-minute coaching calls. My coaching calls are a lot different than most investors. Most investors, and I'm not talking bad about anybody, but what do? They have those structural calls, they do X, Y, and Z. Yeah, mine's Q&A. Mine's, what are you out there doing? Okay, you have this question, we're all listening, we're all learning at the same time. This is what you go to do. A, B, C. Next week, you're going to check in with me. Did you do what? A, B, C. On top of it, I record my coaching calls, and then we email them out to you. So now you have them, and you can listen back to them of what we're talking about. I was going to do these 2 tickets for that Making a Fortune in Recovery Norfolk 2-day seminar. Something that got brought up Wednesday, and I didn't make this clear, it's going to be a Saturday and Sunday seminar. I'm not going to do it in the middle of the week. I understand people have jobs and so on and so forth. But it's going to be a long day Saturday, and it's going to be a long day what? Sunday. But we're actually going to be having the money folks come in and talk to you. I'm going to have realtors come in and tell you how they work for us and what we do and what's working and what's not working. So not only is it me, it's my personal power team coming in and showing you all too. We're going to teach you how to lock up these prices, how to go ahead and have six months on the prices. Right now, I can tell you this. We're buying our wood floors. I made sure I said the numbers right because I thought they were wrong Wednesday night. We're buying them for $149 a square. Just with that whole Chevron gas thing in California and how the price of gas has gone up the last 2 or 3 weeks, right? Everybody else right now is buying them at $1.69 a square. Is it important to lock our prices in? Yes or no? Yeah. We just had to order, which I didn't know, and this is why I love Mike to death. I didn't even know this. We just had to order 4 sets of our stainless steel sets that you saw Wednesday. I didn't know that he got a readjustment. We were paying $2,200 for that set, which is darn good. But because we flipped so many houses last quarter and bought so many, he renegotiated it down. He told me last night, we're down to $1,900 now a set. East Coast Appliance. So I'm going to bring these people in to teach you all how to do this, how to negotiate this. Because you talk about what? 10 properties, 1,900 versus 22. I mean, that's all with $3 grand, $4 grand of savings right then and there. You're going to have 6 months of email support. Those of you, no one's here, that's here Wednesday. 4 people emailed me already Wednesday. Did you hear about him with that truck? You didn't? You get it? I'll get it. Did you hear about that trailer park? Did he email you? You might need to talk later. You're going to get my book of Kangaroo Millionaire. When it comes to the 2 books, listen. I also stated this Wednesday, some of you didn't hear it. This is a book that I wrote about 2 years ago, and it's all about this right here. It's all about this right here, and it's putting the systems in place to be successful in this business. What to do, how to break that chain of middle-class thinking. Listen, I come from a middle-class family, I get it, but it's a box, it's a chain. How to break that chain of middle-class thinking and start thinking the right way, well, then to make this work. This book, the reason it's so plain right now, where I have all my forwards and all my stuff on the back, is because I just finished it. It's really not even the final edit yet. But because I knew that I was scheduled to come up here, it's why it's soft, not hard, is I wanted it printed out quickly, so you all at least have access to it. But this is how we're making a fortune today in our business, step by step, how we're doing it. When it comes to this book, I don't know if any of you know who David Kim is, but he's a mentor of mine. All of you know who he is, you just don't know who he is. Meaning, he's a multi-billionaire. He came to this country with nothing. He came from Korea. How many of you have heard of, I don't know, Baja Fresh? Or Cinnamon Bun? He owns those 2 companies with many other ones. And he's a mentor of mine. And when I wrote this book, I sent him the transcript for him to go ahead and read it, because I learned a lot from it. And I wanted to make sure I was on the right track with my thinking, especially in the economy when I wrote it. And he responded to me, and he said, Mark, not only is he on the right track, he goes, can I forward it? So he's on the bottom, he's also forwarded it. This is the type of thinking I'm talking about. Not just middle class, not just millionaire thinking, but billionaire thinking. And we've got to start thinking like it to go ahead and put this into action. Does that make sense? You're also going to get my 3 ebooks, as well as 1 year to my, well, monthly newsletter. And my monthly newsletter isn't just the newsletter that we email to you, which you're also going to get throughout the month is our video clips. Video clips, like you probably saw promoting this, that I'm on site. I'm with the contractors. We're sitting there showing you what we're doing, what we're buying. When we're going out and we're looking at property, I tend to video it. That way you all can see exactly what we're doing and how we're doing it. So that way if you have questions about it, email me. The total package price is well over $4 grand. Listen, when I do these 3 days for Dean, when I do them for Robert, people spend well over $2 to $3 grand to get there for those 3 days. You have it all on disc. For you all, because at the end of the day, when you see a deal, you've got to get under contract. I'm going to harp that all this afternoon. For you all, it's only $997, including those 2 days in Norfolk, including having those personal professional power team members coming in and teaching you as well. I haven't set a date for it, but it's going to be in mid to late October. It will be on a weekend, a Friday and a Saturday. With that being said, did I say Saturday? Yeah, Saturday and Sunday, sorry. Yeah, I was talking all about Monday last week too. With that being said, I really feel it's an opportunity to see Tammy, Keandre in the back. Is 45 minutes enough time for y'all to go get something? Bring it back? Yes or no? Well, we'll take 45 minutes for lunch. How many of you learned something? Still having fun? All right, put them down. Give yourselves applause.
For those of you that haven't been here before, there are a number of eating destinations within walking distance. There's a Wendy's, a Taco Bell / Kentucky Fried Chicken in this parking lot. There's a grocery store across the walkway, and there's a, I think it's called CJ's Cafe as well, that has like, you can get takeout salad, etc. Everything's within walking distance. You'll be able to be back in half an hour.
So you come here, you come back there, you come back
Okay, David, take it off.
You'll be back after lunch? Okay, good. Enjoy your lunch.
What's going on?
Good. Glad you're enjoying it. I'm good, thank you.
Some of the same things, but you're doing
All
it
right.
on a smaller scale, so. Yeah. Yeah.
What's up, Sid?